Hello everyone, batching into today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS V2 models, and this is going to take us pretty much to the end of June, so maybe even to the beginning of July. So we're going to run down the clock to the end of the first month of the summer of 2020 with this update. The first video release date was weekend forecast for Europe, so of course let's have a look at the weather for the coming week across Europe, and we're going to be back later on with a week to 10 day video update that will include all of the regular features. I haven't got time to do a update for the tropical storm that's going to be menacing the Gulf Coast, tropical storm Cristobal. I haven't got time to do a video for that. We will have a quick look at it in today's third video at the beginning. I may do quite a late live stream sometime after 10, actually having a quick look at the 12-day data for the chance of what's going to happen with Cristobal. Let's have a little bit of time later on this evening. Right then, so let's get on with it. We're going to start off with the JMAs. These are 500 millibar height anomalies, and they're broken down into weekly periods from the Northern Hemisphere and North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole. Northern Hemisphere just here, the mid-latitudes. Northern Hemisphere are around there. Blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure yellow, and orange and red extrapolates to above average heights, which is high pressure. As I say, these are broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 5th, through to the 12th of June. So the coming week looks unsettled with a big trough of below average heights covering much of northern and western Europe as well. We've got a ridge pulling out into the middle of the Atlantic and pushing northeastwards in towards eastern and northeastern parts of Europe. Another trough through here, and so we've got a real trough ridge type pattern. There's a ridge there and then another trough over there, and so the jet stream is doing something a little bit like that. Yes, that's how the jet stream is going. Very much a trough ridge type pattern, and we're on the cool side of a jet stream this week with a trough of low pressure, so it's going to be cool and it's going to be unsettled as well. We go through to week 2. This one is taking us from the 12th through to the 19th of June. We get an area of high pressure setting up over Scandinavia, and low pressure is sort of to our south and southeast. That will turn the winds into a warmer southeasterly, easterly to southeasterly. The low pressure to our southwest could provide the energy for some heavy thunderstorms to more southern parts of the country. Temperatures would be picking up there, though. Will be becoming a lot warmer as we go into that middle part of June. And then go through to weeks 3 and 4, which takes us from the 19th of June to the 3rd of July. So yes, we do just about get into the second month of summer 2020. And with this one, we get an area of low pressure developing to our west. Higher pressure is out to the northwest. And we just bring a rather flat, sort of westerly type flow through, really. During this period, so it looks like things could be reverting more westerly into the second half of June. There's no particular area of high pressure, but neither is there any particular area of low pressure near the UK. That low pressure is quite a long way from us in the middle of the North Atlantic, so it is a little bit hard to decipher what is going on there, but I suspect there is some sort of re-establishment of the westerly flow. Right then, so this is the tropical and mid-latitude view. So British Isles in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it on this view. We can't see the Arctic and the North Pole. That's off the chart up here, but of course just have a look at that view down, so we know what's going on from the Arctic view down. So for week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly, we take the high pressure out to our west, we stick up a deep trough of low pressure over the UK and much of northern and western Europe. It also extends up to Scandinavia as well. Do something like that with the flow with the jet, and so on the cool side of the jet with the trough low pressure, it looks cool and unsettled, and indeed the temperature anomaly is coming out quite significantly cooler than average there. We've got below average temperatures on our hands for the first week of June. And the precipitation anomaly is also above average, so a cool and a wet few days coming up, as we know. Then we go through to week 2, which is taking us from the 12th to the 19th of June, and we have a high pressure setting up over Scandinavia, which we can't see on this view, but we know it's there because we've had a look at that view down. So high pressure sets up over Scandinavia, low pressure is to our south-southwest, and this probably starts to pull in some warmer, maybe some very warm east to southeasterly winds, but with low pressure just to our southwest, it could provide the energy for some heavy showers or thunderstorms in the south. Temperature anomalies are lifting up. We're hinting at going a little bit warmer than average there, I think. It's also warming up across large portions of Europe as well. Still looks a bit wetter than average, though, for all parts of the country. Maybe a bit surprising. I thought for the northern areas it might be a bit drier, but actually all areas coming out wetter than average. I suspect it wouldn't be as wet as that is showing, but down in the south there could be some quite heavy showers and thunderstorms. And then through to weeks 3 and 4 takes us from the 19th of June to the 3rd of July. We've got the trough of low pressure in the Atlantic and perhaps a re-establishment of westerly flow, but not a great deal to work on there. Temperature anomalies are becoming warmer, however, so they are lifting up. We're going to just to our south-southwest anyway, to around 1 to 2 degrees above average, so temperature anomaly is improving. Still looks a little bit on the unsettled side, though, with precipitation anomalies rather above average. So quite an unsettled month coming up with the JMA, if that is right. But could it be a bit pessimistic? Let's have a look at what CFS V2 is showing. So again, these are 500 millibar heights, so they're broken down into weekly periods. The first weekly period is taking us from the 5th to the 11th of June. The coming week has the above average heights pulled out to our west, trough of below average heights to our east-southeast. Again, real sort of trough ridge type pattern, doing something like that with the flow and with the jet stream too, and so we just look quite unsettled and also pretty cool for that week. Good agreement between the two models for week 1, good agreement between two models for week 2 as well. This is the 12th to the 18th of June. Then we've got the high pressure in over Scandinavia, the above average heights to our east-northeast, still a trough of low pressure to our south-southwest. That should be bringing up a warmer, perhaps very warm southeasterly wind, but of course with the low pressure to the southwest, that could threaten heavy showers, maybe, again, the risk of thunderstorms to more southern parts of the country. Certainly a warmer wind direction, though. Then through to week 3, which is the 19th to 25th of June, with high pressure then over Scandinavia, ridging down into the North Atlantic, a trough of below average heights just down to our south. Otherwise, again, not a great deal to go on in this week. Are we under high pressure? Are we under low pressure? Probably somewhere in between, really. And then finally we get to week 4, which is the 26th of June to the 2nd of July. High pressure then to the east and to the northeast. Low pressure is to the west-southwest. And probably still hinting at bringing in east to southeasterly winds overall. So, yes, again, are we under high pressure? Are we under low pressure? We're sort of in that no man's land, really, where we're neither high pressure or low pressure dominated at this point. Quite a complicated pattern. Temperature anomalies for week 1, the 5th through to the 11th of June, are very significantly below average. We're going into a blue colour just about, so that's like 2.5 to 3 degrees below average. Really cool week, even say cold week coming up across many western parts of Europe as well. And then we're into week 2. We're still hinting at being a bit below average now, but the temperature on me isn't as great. So we're just slightly below average, somewhere around half a degree perhaps below average, but still on the cool side, not warm. That's the 12th to the 18th of June. Then we're up to week 3, and that one is also looking quite cool. It's the 19th, 25th of June. That one also comes out quite cool. And then week 4 is the 26th of June to the 2nd of July. That one is near normal. Finally, precipitation. So week 1 precipitation going from the 5th to the 11th of June is wetter than average, particularly for more northern and eastern areas. Week 2, which is the 12th to the 18th of June, hints at being a bit drier than average to our north and a bit wetter than average to our south. Could see thunder threatening southern parts of the country. Week 3 is the 19th to 25th of June. That one has near normal precipitation. And then week 4 is also near normal precipitation. That's 26th of June to the 2nd of July. So a very pessimistic outlook really from JMA Friday this week. They are both going for rather cool temperatures, you have to say, rather below average temperatures coming up really for June, and quite unsettled at times as well. Now, are these models being pessimistic? We'll be back later on with your week to 10-day video update, and I can tell you that already the shorter range is definitely beginning to play around with the idea of high pressure and much warmer weather and so on. From next week onwards. So we've got a discrepancy here, and you'll see it in today's third video. We've got a discrepancy between the long range, which is JMA and CFS, quite pessimistic, generally looking quite cool and unsettled overall for June, and the short range, which is much more bullish about the chance of bringing some much warmer weather, and probably quite a lot drier weather too, during next week. If I cast my memory back to May, I think we did have a similar discrepancy during May. Of course, we had the cold northerly shot early on in May, and then we saw much warmer weather getting going, with high pressure getting going later on as the month progressed. And I think at one point we did have that discrepancy again between the long range and the short range, with the long range wanting to keep things cooler and unsettled, the shorter range going warmer and drier. So what happened in May, you'll probably tend to go a little bit more of the shorter range. I'm going to show you those shorter range charts, today's second video updates, today's third video update, I should say, which very much is hinting at warmer, drier weather developing through the course of next week. So more later, but that's what JMA Friday is showing today. Quite a pessimistic outlook for June. Do we believe it, or do we think these two long-range models have gone over the top with the cool and unsettled weather? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please give us a like on the video. Don't forget to share it far and wide you can. Don't forget to tell your friends about the channel, and subscribe, and we'll be back with today's third video update very shortly. That's all for now though, and thanks for watching.